If you're watching on YouTube, welcome to the Motivation family. I hope that you'll find something in this video that is encouraging and motivating to you guys. But, a lot of y'all know I have muscular dystrophy, and dealing with muscular dystrophy is really difficult. My muscles are deteriorating. I get tired. I lose strength, and sometimes getting through the day. And full disclosure and full honesty and transparency, sometimes it's hard. And it's hard enough living with muscular dystrophy, but now we have the pandemic upon us, and I have to get up every day and deal with muscular dystrophy on top of the pandemic, on top of, you know, online learning for my son, and just making it through each day. And sometimes I need strength for today, and I'm sure you guys do too, right? And whether you're a school teacher and having to go to school with that constant anxiety, not that you're always thinking about it, but you're always cautious at school. Maybe at work, you just got things going on. Maybe you're struggling to keep the house clean and do all the responsibilities and demands that are placed upon you. And sometimes you need strength. And the passage we're going to look at is Isaiah 40. And to give you guys a little bit of the background, Isaiah is giving a prophecy to the nation of Judah. The Israel was split into the northern kingdom and southern kingdom. And he's prophesying to Judah. And they're about to experience being taken into captivity because of their constant ongoing rebellion against God. And Isaiah prophesied in the first half of Isaiah that this judgment is coming. God's going to take you into captivity, and it's going to be really difficult on you. And he's encouraging them, reminding them that even though God is disciplining you, it doesn't mean that he is not a powerful God. Because a lot of times, people would say, when the nation of Israel would suffer, they would think that that was an illustration, an example that God is not a powerful God. But he's encouraging them and reminding them that even in this discipline that I'm bringing, I am still God. And he reminds them that he's going to give them strength to go through the captivity. Now, you're not Israel today. I understand that. You're not going into Babylon, but there's still some things in this passage that will encourage us today. And I'm going to start in verse 28 today. And it says, have you not known? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not faint or grow weary. His understanding is unsearchable. So we see three things about God right there that will give you strength for the day. Number one, God is an everlasting God. And there was no time when God wasn't. Think about that. There's no beginning to God, and there'll be no end. In the book of Revelation, Jesus says, I am the Alpha and Omega. So I don't want to dive deep into the mystery of the Trinity, which you have the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, eternal, have always been there. There's no time when Jesus wasn't in eternity, and there's no time when God wasn't, and there will be no end to God. So he's the everlasting God. He is the creator God. He created everything out of nothing. Think about that for a minute. How much power does God have to be everlasting and to create everything from nothing? And that's the kind of God that gives you strength for today. And we see that he's a mighty God. He doesn't faint. He doesn't grow weary. His understanding is unsearchable. So we have an everlasting God, a creator God, and a mighty God. And it is this God, guys, that gives you strength for today. You look in verse 29. It says, he gives power to the faint. And to him who has no might, he increases strength. So maybe that's you today. Maybe you feel like you have no strength, you have no might, you're just burdened down with burdens in your life. Maybe you're just going through the routine of your day and you just don't know how you're going to do it. And we need to understand that God is the one that gives you the strength when you're burdened down. He is the one that helps you get through the routine of today. And we look there in verse 30, it says, even you shall faint and be weary. Young men shall be exhausted. So it's saying even those young, energetic children, a lot of times people say they want to bottle up the energy of children and give them more energy. But even those young children, even those strong, athletic teenage men, even they get weary. Even those strong young ladies that can run endurance races and play tennis and do all these strong athletic things, even those strong men and women will eventually get exhausted and weary. But verse 31 says, but they that wait for the Lord. And John MacArthur says this isn't a waiting where you're just idle, doing nothing, waiting for God to give you strength. He says that it is patient, praying believers are blessed by the Lord with strength in their trials. Meaning that as you're praying, as you're trusting, you're waiting and anticipating that God is going to give you the strength as you make each step today. You're not waiting for God to give you strength to get out of bed. You're getting out of bed, you're going to work, you're doing what you need to do today, and you're anticipating that God is going to meet you there. And God is going to give you the strength to get through this pandemic today. God is going to give you strength to go to your school and to teach your class today. God's going to give you the strength to go to the doctor. Maybe you're doing dialysis. Maybe you're doing cancer treatments. And like my Aunt Christy, I'm thinking about you right now, Aunt Christy. If you're watching, I love you. I hope that you're doing well. And Jamie Knight, as you're dealing with cancer, if you happen to be watching, I'm praying for you. And I know that as you go through today, you're eagerly anticipating that God's going to give you strength today. And what happens when you wait upon the Lord? Number one, there, He renews your strength. He gives you strength when you don't have any. He lifts you up like wings of the eagle. You look at eagles soaring high, and their powerful wings give them the ability to soar high. And God gives you strength that makes you rise high above the struggles of today. And we see there that those that run, it gives you strength to run. And every day is like an endurance race. I know you feel it. And He also gives you strength to walk through today. So no matter what you're going through today, guys, whether it's growing weary from the pandemic, there is a thing that they're terming COVID fatigue, where you're just so sick and tired of COVID-19. And maybe you're tired of politics and you can't wait till election day so it's all over with. And maybe you're just dealing with the demands of today. Maybe you're sick today. And maybe you're emotionally distressed today. I want to encourage you that whatever you're going through today, this powerful, everlasting Creator God is going to give you the strength for the day. So here's your challenge, guys. Y'all ready? Get up, get moving, and eagerly anticipate God to give you strength for today. And that's your word. So let's see what you guys have to say, Motivation Family, in the text. What do you do when you feel like your strength is gone and you need strength? What do you do? Let's see in the text down there.